Welcome. As we stand here on November 11th, 2025, the chill in the air signals winter's approach. The big question: what will this winter bring? Will it be mild, or are we in for another round of snow and cold? Weather isn't just small talk, it shapes our daily lives, travel, and budgets. Last winter's memorable cold and snow are still fresh in our minds, making this year's forecast even more anticipated. In this video, we'll break down what's coming for November and December, and explain the key patterns driving our weather. Our goal: give you a clear, actionable outlook so you're ready for whatever winter throws your way. Grab a warm drink, let's dive in. To see why this winter's forecast matters, just look back 12 months. Last winter brought relentless cold and snow from the Midwest to the Northeast, with Arctic air gripping the region and heating bills soaring. Snowstorms reached farther south than usual, causing travel chaos and school closures. The season left many with winter fatigue and a collective sigh of relief when spring arrived. Now, everyone's wondering, will we see a repeat, or was last year a fluke? Meteorologists are comparing this year's early signs to last year's, searching for clues. Let's see what the developing patterns reveal. Even though it's still autumn, winter has already arrived for millions. Early November brought a surge of cold air from Canada, plunging temperatures and delivering the season's first snow to the Midwest, Great Lakes and Northeast. These are December-like temperatures, catching many off guard. Weather models predicted this early cold snap, showing a stark east-west divide: cold in the east, warmth in the west. This setup is a classic sign that the atmosphere is primed for more cold outbreaks. While it doesn't guarantee a brutal winter, it's a strong opening act. The big question: will this pattern stick, or is change on the way? Just as the east braces for a long freeze, the weather is about to shift. Forecast models agree. Around November 17, 24, the cold will ease, replaced by a brief warm-up as high pressure builds. Expect a return to milder, sunnier days, perfect for last-minute outdoor chores. Meanwhile, the west will turn colder and wetter as the pattern flips. This warm spell will be short-lived, lasting about a week. Don't be fooled. This is just a pause, not the end of winter's advance. The underlying cold pattern is expected to return as December approaches. Let's look at what drives these dramatic shifts. To understand the dramatic swings in North American weather, we need to introduce a powerful atmospheric player, the Pacific North American Pattern, or PNA. This pattern is one of the most influential climate drivers, shaping not just day-to-day weather, but also the overall mood of entire seasons across the continent. The PNA acts like a giant lever, tilting the balance between warmth and cold, and determining which regions get hit with winter's worst or enjoy a milder spell. The PNA describes how high and low pressure systems interact to sculpt the path of the jet stream as it snakes across North America. The jet stream is a fast-moving river of air high above the surface, and its position is crucial. It acts as a boundary between cold, Arctic air to the north and warmer, subtropical air to the south. When the PNA shifts, it can dramatically alter the jet stream's path, setting the stage for either frigid blasts or unexpected thaws. In a negative PNA phase, the jet stream forms a deep trough over the western United States, allowing cold air to spill southward into places like California, Oregon, and the Rockies. Meanwhile, a ridge builds over the east, pushing the jet stream north and letting milder, sometimes even spring-like air surge into the Midwest and Northeast. This setup explains why, even in November, we can see a sudden warm-up in the east while the west shivers under an early winter chill. But when the PNA flips into a positive phase, everything changes. Now, a strong ridge of high pressure builds over the west, forcing the jet stream to arch far to the north. As it rounds the top of this ridge, the jet stream then plunges sharply southward over the central and eastern United States, creating a deep trough. This pattern is notorious for opening the floodgates to cold Arctic air, sending it barreling into the heart of the country. With the jet stream dipping so far south, Arctic air masses are able to surge into the Midwest, Great Lakes, and Northeast. These regions can experience dramatic temperature drops, icy winds, and even major snowstorms as a result. The positive PNA is often the culprit behind some of the most memorable cold snaps in recent history, transforming mild autumn days into deep winter almost overnight. when a strong positive PNA takes hold. It's the classic setup for major cold outbreaks in the East. Cities like New York, Boston, and Chicago can go from relatively comfortable to bone-chillingly cold in just a matter of days. News reports fill with images of bundled-up commuters, icy sidewalks, and breath visible in the frigid air. For many, it's the unmistakable sign that winter has truly arrived. Right now, forecast models are signaling that this positive PNA phase is likely to dominate as we move into December. Meteorologists are closely watching the evolving jet stream patterns, using advanced computer models to predict how and when the cold air will surge south. These models are invaluable tools, helping forecasters prepare the public for what's coming. When meteorologists spot a strong positive PNA developing, they know it's time to alert communities to the possibility of a serious cold spell. Weather centers ramp up their monitoring, issue winter storm watches, and advise people to get ready for rapidly changing conditions. The PNA's influence is so strong that it can flip the script on winter in just a few days. The PNA is truly the key to understanding why winter weather can flip so quickly from mild to extreme. One week, you might be enjoying a rare warm spell. The next, you're digging out from a snowstorm. This pattern is a reminder of just how dynamic and unpredictable our atmosphere can be. As we look ahead to December, all eyes are on the PNA. Its next move will shape not just the forecast, but the entire feel of the season. Will it bring a deep freeze, or will milder air win out? Let's dive deeper and see how this powerful pattern will shape the month ahead. As Thanksgiving passes, models signal a dramatic shift. The positive PNA takes over. The brief November warmth will vanish as a powerful ridge forms in the west, sending Arctic air surging into the east. This isn't just a cool down, it's a direct hit of frigid air, first into the Great Lakes and Midwest, then spreading east. Temperatures could plunge well below normal, marking the season's first true Arctic outbreak. This cross-polar flow brings not just cold, but a biting, persistent chill. Confidence is high. December looks set to rival last winter's coldest stretches. Let's pinpoint where the cold will hit hardest. As we head into early December, a dramatic weather pattern is setting up across the United States, splitting the country into two very different experiences. Out west, residents can expect a stretch of unseasonably warm weather, with temperatures running well above average for this time of year. Sunshine will dominate the skies over the mountains and deserts, making it feel more like late autumn than the start of winter. Cities like Los Angeles, Phoenix, and even Denver will bask in mild afternoons, and outdoor activities will be in full swing. But while the West enjoys this warmth, a very different story is unfolding farther east. A deep freeze is gripping the east. The core of the cold will settle over the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, and the Northeast. Think cities like Chicago and Detroit, where winter's bite will be especially sharp. These areas will see temperatures plunge well below normal, with icy winds sweeping across the region and transforming cityscapes into frozen wonderlands. The cold will be relentless, making it difficult for even the hardiest residents to stay comfortable outdoors. In Boston, for example, daytime highs may struggle to reach the 20s, and overnight lows could dip into the teens or even single digits. Gusty winds will make it feel even colder, driving wind chills down to dangerous levels. People will need to bundle up in layers, with scarves, hats, and gloves becoming daily essentials just to step outside. The wind will whip snow across streets and sidewalks, making travel hazardous and adding to the wintry feel. This intense chill won't be limited to just the far northeast. The cold air will push deep into the mid-Atlantic, bringing icy winds and freezing temperatures to cities like Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Baltimore. Residents here will also face slick roads, biting wind, and the need for extra caution during their daily routines. The cold will seep into homes and businesses, making heating systems work overtime. Even parts of the southeast won't escape winter's reach. Hard freezes are possible as far south as Tennessee and North Carolina, with frost-covered trees and icy fields becoming a common sight. In the mornings, cars may be coated in a layer of ice, and residents will need to scrape windshields before heading out. For many in these regions, this level of cold is unusual and could catch some off guard. While there may be occasional breaks in the clouds and brief moments of sunshine, these respites will be short-lived. Any temporary warm-ups will quickly give way to another surge of cold air, keeping the region locked in a persistent chill. People will savor those rare sunny moments, but winter's grip will remain firm. The overall trend points to a prolonged period of cold through December, with little relief in sight. In fact, weather models suggest the cold could intensify again as we approach Christmas, raising the odds for a very cold and possibly white holiday season in the east. Snowy neighborhoods, twinkling holiday lights, and children playing in the snow could become a common scene. But remember, cold is only half the story. Next, we'll explore what this means for snow and winter storms. As December arrives, the chill in the air is unmistakable. Cold air alone, however, isn't enough to bring snow. What's truly needed is a combination of moisture and dynamic storm systems. When these ingredients come together, the stage is set for significant winter weather events that can impact millions across the eastern United States. This December, long-range forecasts are highlighting an active storm track that stretches all the way from the deep south through the Ohio Valley and up along the east coast. This corridor is expected to be a highway for multiple storm systems, each carrying the potential to deliver rounds of wintry precipitation. The real action happens where cold, Arctic air from the north collides with milder, moisture-laden air from the south. This dramatic clash is a textbook setup for powerful winter storms, often resulting in heavy snow, sleet, or even freezing rain, depending on the exact temperature profiles in the atmosphere. Areas most at risk for significant snowfall include the Great Lakes, the interior Northeast, and the higher elevations of the Appalachian Mountains. These regions are likely to see several rounds of accumulating snow, which could lead to travel disruptions and hazardous conditions. Meanwhile, cities along the I-95 corridor, like Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, and Boston, will be right on the edge of the storm track. Here, even a slight shift in the path of a storm could mean the difference between a major snowstorm, a messy mix of ice, or just a cold rain. In addition to widespread storms, lake-effect snow will be a major player this month. As cold winds blow over the relatively warmer waters of the Great Lakes, intense snowbands can form, dumping localized but very heavy snow on places like western New York, northern Pennsylvania, and parts of Michigan. These events can develop quickly and create dangerous whiteout conditions. The combination of frequent coastal storms and persistent lake-effect snow means that much of the east could be in for a particularly snowy December. Coastal cities may see dramatic changes in weather within hours, while inland areas could experience prolonged periods of snow and cold. With this volatile pattern, residents should be prepared for rapidly changing conditions. It's wise to keep an eye on updated forecasts, stock up on essentials, and make sure your home and vehicle are winter-ready. Even if you're outside the main snow zones, a single storm could bring impactful weather to your area. The atmospheric setup is primed for impactful winter weather, with the potential for blizzards, icy roads, and power outages. Staying informed and being proactive can make all the difference when a storm hits. Preparation is key. Now is the time to review your emergency plans, gather supplies, and ensure your family is ready for whatever December may bring. Stay safe, stay warm, and keep an eye on the forecast as we head into a potentially active winter season. In summary, a cold and potentially snowy December is on the way for the East. After a brief November warm-up, expect a major pattern shift to prolonged cold and an active storm track. Now's the time to prepare. Check your heating, seal drafts, and get snow gear ready. Ready your car for winter driving and assemble an emergency kit. Stay off the roads during storms if possible, but always be prepared for the unexpected. No forecast is perfect, but the signals for a cold, stormy December are strong. Take simple steps now to stay safe and warm. Stay tuned for updates. We'll be watching the weather with you.